So Karen, can you pepper in some of that, some of the brain science on some of the strategies you've just heard, so it gives a little bit more context?
Yeah, Cassie and Janine, thank you both for just your wisdom and expertise. And I love listening to all of it. So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And Janine, one thing you said was really good for us to remember, and that's that everybody is filtering this situation totally differently, which I'm sorry, business owners, that sucks for you because it's like, oh my gosh, so if I do this one thing, it'll make this client or patron feel safe, but it might trigger another one, right? So I guess I tell you that to like breathe easy a little bit, because no matter what you do, you are going to make some people feel really safe by doing that, and you're going to make some people not. And so just don't stress out too much about trying to make all of them happy, because you know all of our brains are registering this and feeling differently. There are some lions, like Janine said. There are some Allison turtles who would probably bathe in hand sanitizer if she could get her hands on enough of it. So also just breathe easy a little bit about that. One thing, knowing that we're all filtering this very differently. When it comes to the brain, my very favorite like neuroscience theory is that our brains have what's called mirror neurons in them. Mirror, just like you would look in a mirror, neurons in them. And that basically means that we are all copycats and we can't help it. We all mimic one another, and we particularly mimic people that we admire, or leaders, or people that in our minds hold like an authority position. And I'm guessing you've all even experienced or felt this, where maybe you have a really great friend and you're talking and all of a sudden you're like, I just sounded like my best friend. Like I just said that joke exactly how she would say it, right? Or God, I know for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, my mother just came out of my mouth. Like that is exactly how my mom would have said that. Or the funniest thing to me is you might be, sitting across from somebody and like play with it. Like if you go like this long enough, sure enough, they'll probably start to like just copy your body movements. And I catch myself doing it. I'm like, oh my God, why don't copy them? Well, we can't help it. Our brains mirror one another because our brains want to connect, and they want to be, we want to be invited in and a part of the club. It keeps us safe in our tribe mentality, right? So we want to be like other people so that they don't kick us out of the tribe. This is so powerful because think about how you as leaders and business owners behave. Your staff mimics that. Your patrons, your clients are going to pay attention to the way that your staff is behaving, and they will subconsciously mirror that too. So pay attention. I love how Janine was like, you don't want your staff to feel unsafe, because just that behavior, that body image where they might be like, oh gosh, that's going to totally rub off on your clients and patrons, and they are going to, you'll even see them like copy the movements, right? Nicole, because you're on this call and we all love Well Paired, you walk into Well Paired and they're like, hey, hi, how you doing? Like, I get a total jolt every time I'm there, not only from like the healthy food, but I'm like, I even find myself being like, hey, like, and I'm, because they're so gregarious and they're so excited to be there. That space is full of like happiness, right? And you can't help but show up happier. And so in fact, I dare you, if somebody is super smiley to you, I dare you to keep a straight face like you talk to them. It's really hard to do, and you'll probably like eventually smile because you feel bad if you're not smiling with them. But so as business owners, leaders, employers, pay attention to that, especially right now. So when you think about the experience you want your customers to have, make sure you're giving that same experience to your team members, because however they show up with their body language, with their verbiage, words are really powerful too. So what are they saying? Cassie said it too, humor and silliness right now. I promise you, we can still be funny and we can still laugh. It doesn't mean that we are not taking the situation seriously. Humor, just like lets everybody breathe a little bit easier. If your team's wearing masks, do the Tyra Banks smize, right? Like smile with your eyes. You know, make sure that they know you should still smile behind your masks. Because again, it's just going to create this feeling of camaraderie and happiness, which our brains trust because that makes us feel a part of the tribe, which then makes us feel safe. So, sorry, I got on a really excited tangent.